Otherwise, your tiny sphere will return to cosmic dust.
It was a walk in the park.
What is going on here, guys? This is insane. I decided to create a short film using Seedance 2, which is available on the Flashboards platform. In this video, I'll show the entire process, from the initial idea and script to the final edit. I'll also talk about all the tricks and mistakes I went through along the way. My main goal is consistency. This is the biggest challenge when creating longer AI videos. We need the neural network to preserve the appearance of the hero, the bike, and the environment in every scene, even when camera angles and shot types change. But consistency actually starts at the script stage. If there is no story, you'll just end up with a collection of beautiful but random shots. My original idea was a car chase, but later I switched to a jet bike and alien catacombs. It gives the story much more style and energy. However, to avoid turning this into a chaotic set of shots, we use the 3-act structure. Let's take a look at my script through this structure using my short film as an example. Act 1. Setup. Beginning. The hero is flying through cave tunnels on a jet bike. He is calm and confident that the mission is complete. Over the radio, he reports that he is returning to base. At this moment, the viewer gets introduced to the world, the character, and his current state. Everything seems under control. Inciting incident. The hero hears a strange sound and sees a massive silhouette rushing past him. The rhythm of the scene suddenly changes. The calm is broken. The audience understands that something has gone wrong. Climax of Act 1. A robo-worm bursts out of the ground and towers above the hero. It suddenly dives down, trying to grab the bike. This is the point of no return. The real chase and fight for survival begins. Act 2. Confrontation. This is where the ascending action begins. The tension gradually increases. Every new obstacle makes the situation harder for the hero. Obstacle. Robo-worms chase the hero. To slow them down, he throws a grenade. And after the explosion, strange jelly palm trees with bananas appear. This gives him a short moment of relief and adds a bit of humor, but the audience understands the problem is not solved yet. Midpoint, big twist. Suddenly, a worm hits the hero from below and a box falls off the bike. This is the turning point of the story. Now the hero's task is not just to escape, but to retrieve and protect the cargo. And this is where the audience starts asking the main question, what is actually inside that box? Disaster and crisis. The hero escapes from the caves into the desert, but the situation becomes even worse. One of the worms transforms into a swarm of robo-cockroaches and continues the pursuit. The stakes rise even higher, and the hero is clearly reaching his limit. Climax of Act 2. Ahead appears a massive anomalous shield and an alien city. The hero flies straight through the shield. This is the peak tension of the entire chase. Act 3. Resolution. Descending action. As soon as the hero passes through the shield, the robo-cockroaches transform into harmless jelly gummy bears and fall to the ground. The audience exhales. It seems like the chase is finally over. Climax of Act 3. But it's too early to relax. The hero gets blinded by the sun, crashes into a flying ship, and ricochets straight into the villain's office. We finally learn what the whole mission was about. The boss opens the box. Inside is a single burned piece of pineapple. The villain places the pineapple on a pizza. Wrap up and end. The moment the pineapple touches the pizza, the laws of the universe break. Space collapses into a black hole. The entire film builds suspense around the mysterious cargo, and the audience expects something extremely important. But the ending flips that expectation completely. The catastrophe is caused by pineapple on pizza. And that absurd twist makes the ending extremely memorable. Without this structure, the chase would just be a random set of shots, but with it, we get a complete story that keeps the audience watching until the very last second to find out what is inside the box. Okay, the script is ready and the structure is clear, but now comes the most interesting part. How do we force the neural network to keep the same bike and character design across all these crazy scenes? Seedance 2 is a powerful tool, but without proper control, it can easily turn your jet bike into a vacuum cleaner by the second frame. Now I'll show the pipeline that helped me maintain consistency for the character, the bike, and the environment throughout the entire video. Since we already have a script, we know exactly what we want to see in the frame. We understand what kind of environment we need, what objects must appear in the scenes, and which elements must stay consistent. The first step is creating the main character. I collected reference images for the suit and the jet bike. Based on those references, I generate the hero and the jet bike from different angles on a simple background. All images are generated using Nano Banana Pro. At the top, you can see the reference images I used, the generated result, and below that, the prompt for Nano Banana Pro. I also generate close-ups, so Seedance does not invent how objects should look at different shot sizes due to missing small details. For the main character, I start with a single close-up photo of the face. Using Nano Banana Pro, I place him into a spacesuit. Then I generate close-ups of the helmet with different lighting conditions. Since the film contains both dark and bright scenes, I immediately provide the model with information about how the character looks in different lighting situations. I also plan ahead. I know I want a scene where the hero pulls the grenade pin with his teeth. That means I need to show how the helmet looks when it is open. The same view will also be needed at the end of the video during the meeting with the villain boss, so I generate this variation in advance. Next, I generated the jet bike from different angles and shot types. I really liked the bike's design, but the case on the back didn't match my idea at all, so I had to spend some time tweaking the case and the logo. I went through several iterations until I finally got the result I wanted. First, I generated the case separately. Of course, not every image turns out great on the first try. I'm sure you know that already. So I generated several variations until I got the look I needed. After that, I added the logo to the final version of the case. Then I placed the finished case back onto the bike. After that, I generated shots of the character on the bike so Seedance could better understand how the character looks from different angles and at different shot sizes. Since Flashboards currently allows uploading only 4 images to Seedance 2 at the same time, I create collages for elements that need to stay consistent in the scene. For example, I combine character images, wide shots, close-ups, and variations with the jet bike from different angles. In Flashboards, there are several ways to create collages. The first one is automatic. You simply select the images you need, click the 3 dots, and choose Compose Collage. The platform automatically builds a collage for you. However, in this mode, you can't control where the images are placed or what size they will be. The second option is Manual Collage. When you select this option, the editor window opens. On the left, you'll see a list of all available images. In the center, there's the workspace where the collage is assembled. On the right, you'll find parameters and additional settings. Next, select the image you want and drag it into the workspace. Once an image is added, it becomes inactive in the list on the left. This means it's already being used in the collage. You can resize each image using the grid, which is also adjustable. In addition, you can move inside the image to choose the most suitable area. Step by step, you can assemble the exact composition you need for your collage. In the end, this is how I created all of my collages, including the ones for the main character on the bike and the close-up shots. This image contains all the information needed for consistent video generation from different angles and shot sizes. I use the same approach for other scenes, characters, and environment elements as well. But you guys are incredibly lucky. Recently there was an update, and now in Seedance 2, you can add up to 9 images to a single prompt. And that's not all. The most interesting part is that you can now also add video. This is a very powerful feature, so I'll make a separate video about it and show everything in detail. Next comes the environment. I created several versions of the underground caves. I also generated the robo-worm from different angles. Now everything is ready for video generation. During the video creation process, I encountered an interesting problem. In the scene where the robo-worm hits the hero and the case falls off the bike, the model generated a strange result. The case was both falling off and still attached to the bike at the same time. This happened because the model did not understand what the bike looks like without the case. So I generated an additional version of the jet bike without it. After that, the situation improved significantly, although it still wasn't perfect. For the grenade throwing scene, I replaced some parts of the collage with grenade images from different angles. Because of the 4-image limit, I cannot add it separately without removing other important references such as the environment or the robo-worm, so the collage structure needs to be adjusted for each scene. A similar situation happened later. According to the script, the robo-worm breaks apart into thousands of robo-cockroaches. I generated several variations and liked this one the most. In the prompt, I described the worm breaking into thousands of flying robo-cockroaches chasing the hero. But for a long time, I couldn't achieve a result where a large swarm actually appeared. So I generated an additional image showing a swarm of robo-cockroaches and added it to the collage. After that, the model started producing much better results. For convenience, I recommend creating image groups and keeping the prompt text below them. This allows you to quickly switch between tasks. Here is how it works. Select images in the desired order and create a group. When you add this group to the generation, all images appear instantly, and the numbers on them show the order in which they were selected. Inside the prompt, I also mark each image and reference them in the shot description so Seedance clearly understands which objects belong to which part of the scene. After that, you can easily return to any generation, edit the prompt, and run it again. As I mentioned earlier, after the recent update, we can upload up to 9 collage images. This gives you much more control, more angles of objects, environments, and characters. It also allows you to reference different elements in the prompt, even if they're not connected within the same collage. Honestly, this was exactly what I was missing when I was creating my mini-film. Overall, this approach with groups significantly sped up the workflow. Since there are so many scenes and images, I didn't wait for the video generation to finish completely. Instead, I switched between tasks. While the video was generating, I created new images and then came back to the video again. This parallel workflow allows you to keep moving forward without stopping and constantly make progress on the project. To create prompts, I used ChatGPT. I provided part of the script for context and asked it to generate 5 to 10 different shots within a single scene. Then I generated several video variations of 10 to 15 seconds so I could later pick the best moments for a dynamic edit. Currently, due to high demand, Seedance has introduced a prompt length limit, no more than 1,990 characters. When I started this mini-film, there was no such limit, which allowed more detailed descriptions of action scenes. The new limitation forced me to split scene descriptions into several parts and shorten the text. Seedance 2 also introduced restrictions on certain words related to violence. These words need to be rephrased in a more abstract way to avoid issues with generation. Another important detail, it's best to generate all shots without music. Keep only sound effects and voices. Music should be added during editing. Otherwise, you may face many audio problems during the final edit. That is what my Seedance 2 video generation pipeline looks like. Despite all these limitations, after several iterations, I was able to generate the shots needed for the final edit. Now we move to the final stage of production. We select the best generated videos, remove watermarks, upscale them, and move everything into the editing software where the separate scenes become a complete story. Yes, all these steps take quite a lot of time, but the result is worth it if your goal is to create the highest quality AI-generated film possible with today's technology. Write in the comments what problems or limitations you encountered while using Seedance 2. Maybe new restrictions have already appeared or something has changed. Thanks for watching. See you in the next episode. And remember, never put pineapple on pizza.